So Keith, I'd like that you talking a little bit about the equipment that you use.
Sure.
The mouthpiece and the horn.
Sure. This horn is actually made by Austin Winds through Andy Taylor in England. It's designed to be more of a ballad type horn, not replacing, but close to a flugelhorn sound.
Yeah.
I tend to use it in like a small group situation because it tends to be dark. So if I put my lead mouthpiece or my standard mouthpiece on there, it's going to be a darker sound than, say, a Bach or a Yamaha or anything else. And to me, it's more pleasing for my ears. The mouthpiece that I use is actually a very small rim diameter, which was inspired by Maynard. Maynard was actually the one that told me to go to a smaller size because I was really struggling on a larger size. And for some reason, it works. I think everyone's physical aspects are different. And for me, this just happens to work.
What size do you play?
It's a .580 diameter. It's not anything equivalent on a Bach chart. So if I had to guess, I would say like a Bach 23, which does not exist. And they won't make. I've already checked. The horn's bore size is a 4.66. So it'd be considered a large bore horn. For me, I opened up the Venturi on the lead pipe to make it a little bit more free-blowing. And that's something that I've learned through Charlie Davis and through Mike Del Quadro, that by changing the Venturi, or the very, very beginning of the lead pipe, it will change the blow of the horn, no matter the bore size of the horn.
Can you tell us a little bit why to open a little bit the Venturi?
Sure.
What happens?
What happens is you get a little bit more freedom. There's less resistance from the horn itself. I personally like a larger feeling horn. I don't like a tight, pressure up here type horn. To me, it's not pleasing to my sound. It's not pleasing for me to blow to. I tend to over push and I get tired really easy. So I like a little more freedom. So what they do, Charlie will take, it looks like a tap. So if you were going to pound a hole, instead of using the nail, you'll use a thing that's got a tip on it. And he'll go in and he'll torque it, pull it out, play a little bit, and see if it sounds right to him. And then he'll do a little bit more if he needs to. And then he'll hand me the horn and say, okay, does this feel good? And yes, no, and you open it up from there. Some horns, because of the design of the lead pipe, are not as willing to open. Some are. And that's pretty much it. The bore size, from what I've learned from Mike Del Quadro, is it's really irrelevant. And we give it too much attention. Like if you hear the number 468 or 470, we automatically think, oh, that's going to be a big bore horn. I've played 470 bore horns that played tighter than, say, an opened up 459, like a Bach. So if someone has opened up the lead pipe on a Bach and it's a 459, the two are different.
Sure. So, okay. So I know that you have two mouthpieces.
Three. I've got my standard, which is a medium shallow that I use pretty much for everything that I play.
Okay.
And then I have more of like a C cup. It's kind of between a C and a B cup, a little bit deeper. And then I have like a flugelhorn type mouthpiece, but it's as deep as they would go and as wide open as they would go. And I use that for ballad playing.
Okay. Can you demonstrate the difference between them?
Sure. That's the standard mouthpiece. Now if I put in the more like a C cup, it's a little bit more diffused, a little darker.
Yeah.
Right? Now if I do the same thing on the ballad mouthpiece, every one starts to change the sound.
Yeah.
Horns do have different playing characteristics, but to me, the depth of the mouthpiece and the openness of the throat really change the timbre. So for instance, this horn has a very large bell, so automatically it's going to have a darker sound. But by the time you put something this deep and this open in, it's amazing. Just got a nice, pretty sound to it. And if you don't want to have to carry a flugelhorn, that's a good option because This is a lot less expensive and a lot smaller than a flugelhorn.
Yeah, sure. And also, just change the mouthpiece, you can get different colors and different sounds.
You can. And this is actually inspired by Arturo, because this is something that Arturo does too. He will change mouthpieces, and it's almost like a chameleon, where he can play big and brashy and typical Arturo, and then he can slip a mouthpiece in and it will make you cry. Because it's so dark and so beautiful and so lyrical. Not to say that you can't do that on a mouthpiece, but because of the timbre change, it's stunning.
Yeah. Can I show them?
Yes,
the
please.
Mouthpiece. É um diâmetro como se fosse um 23 da barra. Não existe esse diâmetro na barra, mas é um diâmetro parecido. Seria esse diâmetro. And who makes your mouthpiece?
Austin Winds is the name brand, but actually Peter Pickett is the one that makes the mouthpieces for them.
Okay.
So they contract through Peter.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how would you describe the sound of the trumpet?
I think everybody has a different concept of sound. To me, my concept of sound would be big and full, not bright and not ear-piercing. So I am attracted to sounds like, obviously, Arturo, Maynard, Doc Severinsen, the guys that have big, beautiful sounds. Harry James is another example. I don't like the high-pitched, obnoxious lead trumpet sound that we all think of as, just this bright, brashy, needle in the ear kind of thing.
Like a laser.
Exactly. I'm not a laser beam kind of guy.
Yeah.
I want that big, beautiful sound that makes you go, whoa, what just happened? And that's what I walk away feeling every time I hear Arturo. It's like, oh my God. Not just the fact that he can play higher than anybody, not just the fact that he can play so fast and so clean, but his sound and everything he does is just pure. I have no other words to describe it. It's unbelievable.